The power flickers again. Outside, the city holds its breath. Streetlights dim, generators hum in distant alleys, and the low thrum of tension hangs thicker than the winter smog. In a small apartment near Van Square, Arash taps his Galaxy S25 Ultra once. The screen wakes, not with a jarring flash, but with a soft amber glow that matches the candlelight on his desk. He doesn't want attention, he can't afford it. He opens messages. No red badges, no pop-ups. Just one encrypted thread from his sister in Istanbul. Did you get the documents? He scrolls. No loading spinner, no cloud sync delay. One UI 8.5 keeps everything local, everything private. Even now, under intermittent internet blackouts and deep packet inspection, his phone works like a vault that still lets him breathe. He taps private album, not hidden in settings, but not buried in gallery, disguised as a weather widget unless you long press with 2 fingers. Inside photos of protest signs, timestamp, faces blurred automatically by on-device AI. No metadata, no GPS tags, nothing that could place anyone at a scene. All edits non-destructive, originals preserved but never exposed. He needs to send one image, a shot of a burned-out bus near Ingelab Square, but the mobile networks are throttled, and cloud uploads time out. So he opens Quick Share. No Wi-Fi, no problem. It uses ultra-wideband Bluetooth LE to form a direct mesh with his friend's phone 3 blocks away. End-to-end encrypted, zero data touching a server. One tap, sent. His battery reads 42%. Normally, that would be panic territory. But One UI 8.5's microcharge cycles have learned his pattern: charge at night during generator windows, conserve during daytime blackouts. Background apps are frozen, not just paused but sealed, so Maps doesn't leak location, and social apps don't ping home. The phone isn't just saving power. It's protecting him. A knock at the door. Sharp. Official Arash flips the screen face down. The display auto dims to near black under pressure, a new tactical dim mode buried in accessibility, activated by triple tap palm cover. To anyone glancing, it looks dead. The knock comes again. He doesn't move. His phone doesn't either. No notification lights. No accidental wake. Secure folder is hidden, accessible only by drawing a crescent moon on the lock screen while holding volume down. Even if they take it, they'll find nothing but weather apps and grocery lists. When the footsteps retreat, he exhales, unlocks, sees his sister's reply, Saf, thank you. No fanfare, no alerts, just connection, quiet, resilient human. This isn't software built for benchmarks or launch events. It's built for moments like this, when your phone isn't a luxury, but a lifeline. And in places where silence is survival. One UI 8.5 doesn't just respect your privacy, it guards it like a promise. As One UI 8.5, a story from the edge of silence editor of Part 2, Istanbul. 60:03 a.m. Sri Layla wakes to the soft chime of a single message. No buzz, no screen flare, just a gentle pulse of light along the edge of her Galaxy S25 Ultra. She's learned to keep it silent. Even vibrations can echo in a shared apartment. Outside, snow dusts the rooftops of Vu Lai, but inside, the air is still. She glances at the notification. Arash, secure message. She swipes up. No lock screen wallpaper, just a neutral gradient, nothing that could hint at her origins. One UI 8.5's contextual identity feature auto switches themes and app layouts based on location and time. In public, her phone looks like a tourist weather apps, maps, food delivery. At home, after midnight, it reverts. Private album visible, encrypted notes unlocked, signal front and center. She opens the message. The image loads instantly, no cloud fetch, no delay. It was sent via Quick Share's offline mesh relay, hopping through 3 trusted devices across Tehran before reaching a satellite-linked node in Armenia, then routing to her. All end-to-end encrypted, all metadata stripped. Samsung's new IZAST Onion Relays protocol, built into One UI 8.5 for high-risk users, ensures no single hop knows both origin and destination. She zooms in. The burned-out bus near Engelab Square. She taps audio reserve, though there's no sound habit, now instinct. Then she uses a smart crop to isolate a license plate partially visible in the reflection of a shattered window. The AI reconstructs the angle, corrects distortion, enhances characters, all on device. No upload, no trace. She needs to cross-reference it. Opens as My Files, taps from encrypted notes. Everything is grouped not by file type, but by context. Tehran docs, witness IDs, safe contacts. One UI 8.5 doesn't just organize files, it understands why you keep them. And because it never syncs these folders to the cloud, not even to Samsung Cloud, they exist only here on this device, behind biometric locks. Her battery is at 68%. She smiles faintly. Even with constant background encryption and mesh relays, One UI 8.5's adaptive thermal management keeps the phone cool and efficient. It knows she can't afford to plug in during daylight. Too risky if power usage spikes. so it stretches every watt, dimming the display just enough, throttling non-essential sensors, even delaying system updates until she's in a safe zone. A knock at the door. Her neighbor returning borrowed sugar. Layla flips her phone face down. Instantly, the screen blacks out. This tactical dim activated. To anyone glancing, it's just a dead phone on a kitchen table. When the neighbor leaves, she turns it back over. The screen wakes gently. No accidental unlocks. No preview of sensitive content. Just the time, the weather, and one unread message from Arash Tour. They're watching the courier. She doesn't reply immediately. Instead, she opens a secure folder. Hidden behind a fake calculator app's a gesture only she knows. Long press 7. Fla volume up. Inside, a map. Not Google Maps. A custom vector layer offline, updated weekly via encrypted micro updates disguised as weather data. One UI 8.5 allows apps like this to run in total isolation. No internet access unless manually toggled, no location sharing, no telemetry. She traces a path with her finger. The phone vibrates once, soft, private, to confirm the route is saved. Then she closes everything, wipes recent apps with a 3-finger swipe. One UI 8.5 doesn't just clear thumbnails. It purges memory caches for sensitive apps instantly, leaving no forensic trace. Later, she'll send a coded reply using a burner email routed through Tor, triggered by a voice command only she uses. Remind me to water the jasmine. But for now, she sits in silence, phone resting in her palm like a stone. This isn't just an operating system. It's a shield, a whisper network, a quiet rebellion in your pocket. And in a world where connection can be weaponized, One UI 8.5 doesn't just connect you to the world, it helps you survive it. One UI 8.5, a story from the edge of silences, stars part a through. The border, 11:48 p.m. where the wind cuts across the highlands like broken glass. Somewhere beyond the ridge, the border fence hums with sensors. Somewhere below, a smuggler's path winds through dry riverbeds and abandoned watchtowers. And in the pocket of a worn jacket, a Galaxy S25 Ultra pulses once soft, amber, almost invisible. Arash crouches behind a crumbling wall, breath fogging in the cold. He doesn't dare turn on the screen fully. Instead, he double taps the power button, activating glance mode, a new One UI 8.5 feature designed for high-risk scenarios. Only essential info appears: battery 31%, signals known, and one encrypted message from Layla Tor, courier compromised. Use route Delta. Wait for moon cover, no icons, no app names. Just text, rendered in low luminance monochrome to avoid detection by night vision scopes. The display uses minimal power, emits no RF signature, and shuts off after 5 seconds unless touched. He opens DOS offline maps. Not Google, not Samsung Maps, but a custom vector layer Layla sent weeks ago, stored in secure folder. It loads instantly. One UI 8.5 uses inertial navigation now, step counting, compass drift correction, barometric altitude, all processed on device to track his position relative to the last known safe point. No satellite pings. No location data ever leaves the phone. He needs to send confirmation, but cellular is jammed, and satellite messaging is too loud, too traceable. So he opens Quick Share, selects Stealth Relay, and taps Send. The file, a single encrypted byte packet containing a pre-agreed code, begins hopping through a mesh of trusted devices. A shopkeeper's phone in a village 12 km east, a student's tablet in a dormitory, a taxi driver's dashboard unit near the highway. Each node forwards it blindly, never decrypting, never logging. One UI 8.5's dark mesh protocols ensures the chain erases itself after transmission. No breadcrumbs, no backdoors. His battery dips to 29% normally, panic. But One UI 8.5's emergency reserve kicks in. Non-essential radios shut down, display dims to near black, and background processes freeze. Even system services like analytics or diagnostics. Yet encrypted comms, location tracking, and emergency SOS remain active. It's not just saving power, it's buying time. A distant drone whines overhead. Arash presses the phone flat against his chest, palm covering the screen. Instantly, tactical lock activates, all biometric sensors disable, fingerprint scanner goes dark, face recognition deactivates. To anyone scanning, the device appears factory reset. Even if seized, forensic tools would find only a generic setup screen. No accounts, no history, no traces of the encrypted vault hidden beneath a fake calculator icon. The drone passes, he exhales, unlocks with a triple tap tilt gesture known only to him. The screen returns, not with fanfare, but with quiet readiness. Layla's next message appears: Tor, safe house confirmed. You're close. He doesn't reply. Doesn't need to. One UI 8.5 already logged his last known position in an encrypted local journal, timestamped, geofenced, and set to auto delete in 72 hours unless manually preserved. Not for surveillance, for memory. Hours later, when he finally crosses into neutral ground, his phone still has 14% battery. When he powers it down at dawn, he doesn't think about specs or software. He thinks about silence. About how in a world where every signal can be weaponized, his phone didn't betray him. It protected him. Not with firewalls or alerts, but with discretion, intelligence, and the deepest kind of loyalty, the kind that stays quiet, so you can stay alive. And in places where freedom is whispered, not shouted, One UI 8.5 isn't just an update. It's armor. One UI 8.5, a story from the edge of silence. A final. Geneva, 9:02 a.m. Nard. The conference room is quiet. Sunlight filters through tall windows, glinting off polished wood and glass water carafes. At the far end of the table, Arash places his Galaxy S25 Ultra face down, still running One UI 8.5, still carrying the ghosts of Tehran in its encrypted vaults. He's here to testify, not as a hero but as a witness. And before he speaks, he does one last thing. He opens his private album, taps export evidence, and selects 3 files: the license plate reconstruction, the time-stamped photo of the burned bus, and an audio clip, cleaned by audio eraser, of a command shouted in the night. One UI 8.5 doesn't upload them to the cloud. It doesn't generate shareable links. Instead, it prepares a sealed, tamper-proof package signed with on-device cryptographic keys, verified by Samsung's new S-Integrity Ledger, and transfers it directly to the UN investigator's tablet via ultra-wideband. No internet, no intermediaries, just proof passed hand to hand like a letter in wartime. When it's done, the phone auto-wipes the export cache. The originals remain safe, locked behind biometrics, hidden under layers of plausible deniability. Even if someone sees the device now, they'd find nothing but weather apps, grocery lists, carefully curated decoys in a fake profile that activates if the wrong fingerprint is used twice. Outside, the world moves on. News cycles spin, algorithms recommend, phones buzz with notifications about sales, scores, and celebrity gossip. But here, in this room, something quieter happened. A phone didn't just store truth, it safeguarded it. Not with loud promises, but with silent discipline. Not with AI theatrics, but with unwavering integrity. Later, walking through the gardens of the Palais des Nations, Arash checks his phone one last time. A message from Layla. You did it. He doesn't reply immediately. He just holds the device in his palm, feeling its weight, not as a gadget, but as a companion that never broke faith. This isn't the story of a software update. It's the story of what technology could be when it chooses humanity over hype, privacy over profit, and silence over spectacle. And in a world where your phone can be either a leash or a lifeline, One UI 8.5 chose to be the latter. Not because it's smart, but because it learned to stand guard, so you could speak freely.